My name is Dan Hammons. This is my spatial statistics mini project. Prioritizing Cleveland County Schools safe rooms. I use a scenario that I was charged with determining the order in which safe rooms are rebuilt for schools located in Cleveland County, assuming none of them have safe rooms. The idea is to use tornado data to select which schools are historically in the paths of the stronger tornadoes to pass through Cleveland County. To keep the map clean for this project, I'm only using F3 through F5 tornado data. I was able to get the coordinates of using the touchdown lat and lon and the liftoff latitude and longitude for the tornadoes that have passed through Cleveland County. So I was able to plot those on a map. Then I used an XY to line tool located under the data management tools features to create an approximate storm path. Basically just draws a straight line between the 2 points. Of course, this is not completely accurate as tornadoes do not travel in a straight line, so I created a 2-mile buffer around each one to compensate, and that tool is under Analysis Tool, Proximity Buffer Tool. Then I uploaded some data showing the location of each of the schools located in Cleveland County. This is from elementary through colleges. And then I added the F3 through F5 direct paths to my layer with the schools, and then included the buffers. Okay, and for this project, the schools we will be prioritized will be those schools that reside within all 3 buffers. So I had 11 schools that fell within the F3 2-mile buffer. Same 11 schools were also in both the F3 and F4 2-mile buffer. And then when I threw in the F5 buffer, that reduced it down to 9 schools. Using the selection tool, I was able to identify the 9 schools. So my analysis reveals 9 schools have been in the path of previous F3 through F5 tornadoes. Of those 9 schools, 4 are elementary schools. So based on these results, I would designate these 4 schools as a top priority for getting safe rooms installed at the school. Next would be to also consider any schools that are more than 1 mile from a tornado siren. In my research, I read where during a storm it's sometimes difficult to hear a siren from more than 1 mile away, especially indoors, even though they're supposed to have a range of 2 miles. So I was able to find data on all the tornado siren locations for Cleveland County by city. The M's are Moore, the O's are Oklahoma City. There was also Norman and Newcastle, but none of the schools in our affected zone had any of their sirens near, so I limited it down just to these. So using the display XY data, I added a layer only showing the schools and sirens related to the area of interest. As you can see, here's the schools and the different sirens. Then using a spatial join with the match option of closest and a search radius of 1 mile, the join returned the siren that was closest to each school, with the exception of the Moore Norman Tech, which does not have a siren within the 1 mile radius. And you can see that on our data here. So had no join count for Moore Norman Tech, where the rest of them did have a siren within 1 mile of the school. So to summarize, in this mini project, I used a few different analysis tools: the buffer tool, the XY to line, the selection tool, and a spatial join with closest match, an operation of 1 to many. I was able to use the XY to line tool to draw my tornado path. I only had touchdown and liftoff coordinates. I used the tool to draw a straight line between the 2 points. As we know, in Oklahoma, tornadoes travel in a straight line, so I used a buffer to give it a range of 2 miles. Using that buffer zone, I was able to select the schools that fell within all three F3 through F5 scale zones. Reviewing the attributes, I was able to see the names of schools that, based on this scenario, would be my priority. I also use spatial join to identify schools located more than 1 mile from tornado siren. And that's my project. Thank you.